Hey guys, how's it going? Jose here. Welcome back to another video. And this is I am visiting the Vizio P-series 2018 model. This is a 4K HDR with Dolby Vision. The picture looks beautiful. It has a full array with local dimming, and I'm telling you, the black levels and the color, the contrast, everything looks beautiful on this TV. So I have some issues before, but I already solved the problem. Kind of. If you want to know more about that, check out my previous videos. But for right now, I have connected my Xbox One X to this TV, and I hope you enjoy that intro that I did. And I'm going to show you the settings that I'm using for gaming with my Xbox One X. And also keep in mind that these settings will work on your PlayStation 4 Pro when you're playing games with HDR or even with SDR. And also I'm going to show you some settings that I use for movies with Netflix. So stay tuned for that. So first, we're going to go into the menu. All right. Before we continue, make sure that you turn on your UHD colors. To do that, we have to go into the input settings, and then you have to choose which HDMI port you're using. In this case, I'm using HDMI port number 4. Then we're going to select it, and then down here it says full UHD color. Make sure this one is turned on. That way you take advantage of HDR if you are gaming with HDR. Now we're going to go into the picture modes. Keep in mind that these settings are the ones that work best for me, that I think that in my perspective look beautiful, but you might have different tastes, and I suggest that you try the ones that work the best for you. All right, guys? So first, I'm using game mode, picture mode, and then right here we're going to hit first one is the backlight. Now this TV can get very bright, but if you increase the brightness, then you might lose some details. In my case, I'm in a dark room, so the backlight I have it up to 60, and I think this works good for me right now. But if you're in a bright room, you might want to increase these levels of brightness, and you can go up to 100. Right? But in my case, 60 works really good for me. I think I like it the way it looks. I see a lot of details, and the picture is very vibrant anyways. Brightness. Brightness, I suggest to leave it at 50 because this one adds just a lot of white into the whole picture, and then it looks pretty washed out. It looks pretty bad if you increase this. So 50 is a sweet spot in my opinion. Let me go back. Okay, this TV is not that responsive. This kind of reminds me of the Sony X900F. Contrast, same thing. Contrast, I left it at 50. The more you increase the contrast, the more brighter the picture is going to get. But also, you will lose a lot of details. You start getting a lot of details. This is different from other TVs that I've reviewed before. I remember increasing the contrast will make that picture bright, but never lost any detail. In this one, you will. So 50 works good for me right now. Color 65, I think it looks great at 65. 65 is not oversaturated. It's not dull. The colors are vibrant, look beautiful. All right. So tint, I don't mess with tint. Sharpness, this one, I have it at 10. Also, if you decrease sharpness totally to 0, I notice the image gets a little soft. But if you increase it maybe up more than 20, 25, you'll start notice some particles in there, so some artifacts. So I don't know, 10 is a sweet spot for me. So try this. If not, just try whatever works for you. All right. So now we're going to go into more picture modes. Right here, I have the color temperature in computer. This is kind of like warm 1 on Samsung TVs. Normal is kind of like warm 2. I don't know if you guys notice the difference, but it gets more yellow when normal is. And then cool, well, cool is kind of like more blue tint in the whole picture. So I'm kind of like in between. I like computer, which is warm 1 in this case. Now, black level details, I have this one on high. I kind of like this one on high. If you turn this off, you notice kind of like you'll notice a difference. It looks kind of watch the whole image, but when you have the black level, black details on high, it looks good contrast, kicks in, looks beautiful. Extreme Black Engine Pro, this one I have this one on high. You can turn this off if you want, but at the same time, it reduces the brightness in the whole picture. Once you have it in high, you'll notice an the picture, it gets brighter, but also black levels stay really black. Like, I'm telling you guys, the black levels on this TV, it looks beautiful. The full array of this TV works like magic. I don't know, I like it a lot. Clear action, this reduces blur in scenes with fast action, but sometimes it limits the range of the backlighting settings. So clear action is mostly for fast scenes. This is the black frame insertion, and if you turn it on, sometimes you notice, but you might not notice right now, but there's a lot of flickering. Some people are more notice it more than some other ones. I don't like it. I think off looks okay. I don't like it, but if you want to turn it on, you can use it. Game mode is on. Now this TV has about millisecond of input lag based on rthings.com, and it's not bad. I've seen better. I mean, the TCL R6 is about 17 milliseconds. I remember the P-series from last year was about 15 milliseconds. My Samsung is about 19 milliseconds. So this is 27. It's not bad, but it's not the best. You'll notice any difference if you're coming from a computer monitor with super fast response time and super low input lag. But if you're gaming on consoles, if you're not a competitive gamer, if you're just playing games, whatever, you don't really care about that, you will not notice any difference. You will notice any difference from TVs with 50 milliseconds and up and higher. That's when you notice a difference. With this one, I've been playing games and nothing. 27 milliseconds has been working out pretty good right now. Film mode, this is for movies. I'll talk about that when I'll show on Netflix settings and movie settings. And gamma, I have this one at 2.1. You can increase more brightness, the gamma, if you reduce these numbers or you decrease it, but 2.1 I think is like the sweet spot for me. I like this one. All right, so another cool thing about this TV is that it has you can also change the name. In this case, I have game, that's the name of this picture mode, and you can also go to color calibration. This is really cool. I never seen this one before. Color calibration settings. Now over here, if you can, I'm sorry about that noise, guys. So color tuner, over here you can access the color tuner, the 11-point white balance. You can change you can tune down everything here, every color of this TV. And you can also have access to calibration tests, patterns. This is really cool if you know how to use this. This is for professional calibrators. If you have the tools, if you know how to use this. I'm not a professional calibrator. All right, I'm just showing you and sharing you the settings that I'm using for this TV that works the best for me. But I've never seen any options like this before in any other TV. So I'm kind of surprised that Vizio is including these options. This is really cool. All right, so these are the settings that I use for gaming with HDR, with SDR. You can use them, you can try them. Let me know in the comments if you have any other suggestions. You can also use these settings with your PlayStation 4 Pro. And now we're gonna switch to settings for movies. All right, guys, so for Netflix, it's very simple. Oh, one thing I like about this is that remote controller, it has this direct buttons right here that you can just press and just go to Netflix or Vudu or Amazon. It's really cool. I like it a lot. So for Netflix, it's a different story because this is more like a movie thing. So I use these settings that I'm going to show you for movies and everything. So we're going to go into menu and we're going to go into picture, and I'm using this, the picture calibrated mode. All right, this is the one that I'm using, but I did some modification right here. First, the backlight, I increased it to 100. And the reason is because either Dolby Vision or HDR10, they tend to decrease the brightness. So I try to increase it by increasing the backlight levels. And this is very useful for me. Don't increase the brightness, just increase the backlight. All right. Contrast, same deal. I have it as 60. Color is at 50. Tint, I don't mess around with tint. Sharpness is same thing as in 15. Now we're gonna go into more picture modes. Color temperature, I have this one in computer. Although normal, I think it looks really nice too. It adds more yellow to the picture. It's warmer, it's warm too. But I don't know, this one I kind of like computer too. Cool, it's too cool for me. I also cool, I feel like cool adds more dark levels and you lose some details. But computer is the one that I'm using right now. Black detail is on high. Extreme Black Engine Pro is on high. You can also reduce judder if you need to add that, or reduce motion blur. I don't like this one. This option's kind of like adds this soap opera effect, and I'm not into that. Yeah, increases frame rate to reduce judder from film for film, and 30 hertz video as the setting increases judder is reduced. So if you like to add that, you have that option right here. You can increase that, decrease that. Clear action. This is the black frame insertion. I don't like it either, so I have this one turned off. Reduce noise. This is for more of like analog sources. But if you turn this on or into high, whatever, it also decreases sharpness. So both of these ones, I have them turned off. I don't really use them. I like the picture the way it is. Game mode is turned off. Film mode is also turned off. Sometimes I notice that in some scenes, if you use film mode, it looks kind of fake. I don't know, I just didn't like the effect this adds. It says if if artifacts are visible, change this setting or just turn it off. So I have this off. Colorspace, you cannot change this one, and gamma is at 2.1. Now gamma, you can just change the gamma if you want to increase kind of brightness, but 2.1 to me, I think it looks really nice. So these are the settings that I'm using if you're watching Netflix or watching a movie. Those are the settings that work for me. Let me know in the comments if you have any other suggestions you can share with other people right here. Well, this channel is all about to help us out to see what works for you, what works for me. And like I said, this could be something useful, but maybe you have different taste than me. So just try whatever works out for you. All right. Now, when you go into Netflix, you can just type Dolby and it'll give you all the movies that support Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision. In this case, most of them are from Netflix, of course. There's plenty of options you can choose from right here. This is really nice. One thing I noticed that, for example, if you go play Punisher, when I go play Punisher, I noticed there's a lot of grain in the picture and I don't like this. I'm gonna show you right now. Let's see if I can show you a little bit. So here's just a still that I put pause on this program, but I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a lot of grain in this picture. And I noticed just this on this show. The funny thing is that I remember watching this TV show on my Samsung and it didn't have this grain. And also on the Sony X900F, it didn't have this grain. So only on this TV, I don't know why. I have tested other shows and I don't see this. It's very sharp, it's very clear, except for this one. So I don't know, maybe it's just the way this one is, but I don't think so, because like I said, I've tested this with other TVs and it looks really sharp and really nice. Other than that, I think this TV looks beautiful, and I hope this video helps you out, guys. I'm gonna be testing the PlayStation 4 Pro, and then I'm going to do some side-by-side comparisons with the KS8000, which is another 4K HDR TV from Samsung. Let's see which one looks good. I think this one looks really beautiful and it's bright, so let's see what happens. All right, so that's it for me right now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, any comments, let me know in the comment section, and I'll try to answer everything as much as I can. All right, guys, I'm Jolster, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Jolster out.